Proverbs chapter number 4 and verse number 7 says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. We all have times we have to depend on the Lord for wisdom and common sense. Now, I've told this one before, but I'm telling it to John tonight because he said something about it that time. When I was growing up, I grew up before video games. I mean, video games came in about the time I was getting to be a late teenager. So, you had to go out and make your own fun up. You just had to go outside. And I've said before, you couldn't stay inside because your mom was watching Young and the Restless. She wouldn't let you watch TV. So we had to go outside and play. Well, me and Brother Fulghum's son, Furman, both of us would be buddies even when we was little. And so Brother Fulghum would say, all right, boys, let's get the truck. We're going to go over under the property. And he had the property on Pine Hall Creek. And so we'd go over there, and he was always putting up fences and putting cows and stuff back in there. We'd have him a while and force up with it. The way when we got over there, you pull up and you cross the bridge over Pine Hall Creek, and he pulled right there beside the creek. And we'd walk up through yonder and put in fences and all that kind of stuff. And he'd say, y'all boys going to go swimming before we go home. So me and Furman go down there and go swimming. And we had a big cleaned out area where we had a swimming hole, and there was a big old tree, a big old limb that went out across it, and we had put a rope there and brought it down about 2 foot above the top of the water. And so we'd get out there and get swimming, and over yonder, where you could see a house barely, lived a boy named Laverne Thompson. And Laverne was a great big old boy. If we were 10 or 11 years old, he was 13 at least, or 14. And he was a great big old boy. I said that his brain stopped growing when he was about 7, but his body just accelerated. He's a big old boy. And so every time we got out there playing, he'd hear us, and here he'd come. Well, he always wore the same old pair cut off blue jeans, shorts, and nothing else. And so he'd get on, he had a little bitty mini bike, and he'd get on that thing, and he was a great big old boy, and that little big mini bike was little, and you could hear him come down through there, down through there to swim with him. Well, he was so big, and that bike was a little like a rhinoceros riding a tricycle. And so here he comes, and he pulled up over there, he pulled up, and everybody was scared of him. Nobody wanted to go swimming with us at all, but nobody would say that to him because we was afraid to pull a pocket knife on us. Because that boy always carried a pocket knife with him, and he did some time YDC for trying to knife a boy that called him and said he was fat, and he had done it too, but he was too fat to catch it. But he always had that pocket knife, and we knew when that pocket knife was at all the time. And so we scared of him. Ooh, we scared of him. And so we got out there and we were swimming one day, and that old boy, let me tell you something, for all the bad things you could say about him, one thing about it, he was better than any of us on the rope swing. And he would take that rope swing, he'd pull it back up here, and he'd tie him a loop in the bottom of it. And when he'd come off the side of the thing, he'd always grab it, and he'd say, look out, boys, here I come, and here he'd go. Well, he'd take his foot, his right foot, stick it in that loop, and when he'd come across through there, he had toenails that looked like bear claws, looked like his mama's blood. And he would jump off that thing and go running, and when he would, he was good. He was good at it. He'd go out through there, and he'd cut a flip in there before he got splashed down in the water. He was better than all of us. And so he'd go out through there, but when he'd go across that road, he'd hang him bear claw toenails in the water and just skim the water just because he could. He was good. He was good at it. And so this one particular day, we got out there swimming, and he had wired that rope back, and he had put a little loop in the bottom of it. Here he went. Well, he put that foot in, and when he'd go off the side, off that bank, them bridges would slide down about 3-4 inches, and you'd have moon shining broad daylight. And so he jumped off that thing like this, and he drug them bear claw toenails in that water. This is pretty good. And as he got up over here at the end, he let go of it, but his foot caught. And he just turned upside down, and he just drugged me back to the water like that. Well, when he got back over here, you could see him. He had pulled himself up, and he took his back, get that foot undone, and there he went back down again. And when he come up over here like this, about the time he got up over here, he had got it loose, and he just went splat in the water. I mean, hit it hard. And you have never seen the like of digging and clawing and scratching, trying to get out of that water, and spitting and sputtering, and he finally got over there to the bank and climbed up on the bank and just laid there. And me and Furman was looking at him, watching all this. And I looked at Furman and I said, Furman, you think we're helping him? And Furman said, I ain't helping you. And I said, well, how come? He said, well, first of all, I lost track where that pocket knife's at. He said, second of all, I ain't going to be the one to tell him that his britches is still in the creek. I'm done. I appreciate y'all let me tell